sharp bay keeps its teeth white. Da-da-dum-dum. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Man Cave here at Wistful Vistas in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. It's been a week or so. We've not gotten together, and that's because I've had a very active time recently. I'm just back from Fontana, California Speedway, where for the 6th year running, I was the track announcer, don't you know? I feel very proud about that, by the way. It gives me a chance to feel important, and I am a bit of a ham, as you may have noticed. But, so today is sort of a different day in our little suburban community here. It's 62 degrees outside, ladies and gentlemen. 16 degrees Celsius. Oh my goodness. Winter is here. It's early November, the 2nd to be exact, but to keep ourselves occupied, we have some garage things to do, which I hope turn out better than last time. Last time when we tried to do the motorcycle dolly for the Aprilia, which did not work. It was an unmitigated disaster. By the way, has anyone ever seen a mitigated disaster? I don't even know what that means. But we got boxes to open, which is always fun because we have some replacements to do. The first thing that we're going to get to this morning is, ta-da! I have a new little scooting seat to put together, supplied to me by Griot's Garage. And I recommend them, by the way. Not the least expensive, but very efficient service, and everything they have is really quality, really top-notch quality. I can tell you that because what I'm replacing over here, as I've been down off camera, is my venerable old garage scooter. These things are really handy to have. And this one is worn smooth by my posterior for the better part of 15 years. Don't know if I'll be around to use that one for 15 years, but it finally gave up the ghost. The plastic wheels, let's see if this shows up. The camera's supposed to. The plastic wheels shed their covering, their, I'm going to call it their little cushioning covering, and finally came apart. And I've had this thing loaded with literally, I'm going to say 100 pounds anyway. So I do not begrudge that happening whatsoever. So today we're going to unbox the new garage roll along seat and see how that goes. Hope you are at least mildly interested and mildly entertained as we go through all this. So let's start it up. So here it is as received. I've opened the box, used my handy box cutters, and I have the receipt in here. It is the King's Pneumatic Creeper 2 from Griot's Garage, $129.90. Let's not forget that 90 cents. I decided to upgrade and go with the pneumatic to be softer on my retired old rear end. All the parts seem to be well packaged, put in here nicely. Nice broad seat to sit on, and as you age, you know, the broader the seat, the more comfortable you will be. And looks like we're going to be assembling some casters. They have even supplied, if you got this out in the middle of the desert, you could put it together because they have even supplied us with some high quality tools here. So we can put this together with the tools as supplied in the box. So let's get with it. Let's start putting this thing together. So here it is laid out on the floor, and we have actually instructions. Isn't that something? It is instructions. I checked that wrench, and it is a 14 millimeter. So it looks like we are going to need one tool, two, if we count the box cutter. 2 tools, one 14 millimeter open end or rolling ratchet, I guess, if you wish. And there's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces to assemble here. and 6 steps. 6 steps to do the assembly. So it doesn't look like it's going to be overly challenging. So let's just start on 1 here. 1 says place the tool tray, metal frame pre-installed underside the tool tray. Metal frame pre-installed. Here is the metal frame. It is pre-installed. There's a metal X-frame pre-installed that's located underneath it, upside down on the floor reversed. That's step 1. Not exactly the hardest thing in the world to do. Now, the wheels are slightly different. There's 2 wheels that have locks on them, right here, and 2 wheels that do not. So the instructions say, tighten up lockable wheels on the same side of the frame with spanner wrench as well as the regular swivel wheels. When tighten the wheels, make sure wheel stem has been fully threaded in and tied up to the frame. So I guess we just put the lockable on the same side to hold it down. So we will do a bit of a switch here, and we'll put those lockable wheels there. So I'm going to thread this in. It's pre-threaded. And no issues there. So I'm going to temporarily take it out, and I'm going to apply a little blue thread locker on there before I put them in, because I want them to be in virtually forever as far as I'm concerned. Be right back to you. Okay, let's get up close and personal with the thread locker. These are coarse threads, apparently. They are metric, so it's made offshore. Poor old USA. What are we going to do when there's no more for us old guys to have to get used to? That's too much thread locker, but it'll be all right. It's always easy to overdo this stuff. So that's just an illustration of putting the thread locker on the threads. Now, let's go down to the floor here, and I have elected to put these on this side, and we'll get her started in. Okay, quick comment on the open end I used and the one supplied is that the one they supplied is quite thin through the midsection here compared to the one that I was using. And as you tighten that wheel down, you can actually trap your open end under there, and then you can't get it out. So Griots, I apologize. I see why you supplied this. I could see people kind of scratching their heads and saying, why'd they give me that little cheapy thing? But that's why, because you can trap your other open in there. So I just swung it down with the with my big one, and then when it got close, I switched over to there so I found that out when I tried to pull my open end out, and it wouldn't come out. Tighten it down just a little too much. So we'll show you this one on camera. Always start your threads, be a little easy at first, because it's when typically cross-threading happens in your first few revolutions, and the problem is people will force a connection, and if you have to force it, it's mechanically wrong. There's something wrong with it. And just like that, thanks to our courage and perspicacity sticking to it, we have completed step number 2. Step number 3, upon wheels installed, flip the tool tray and metal frame back on their normal position and see if it moves around normally, and is it level? Yes, it is. Oh, that's lovely, just lovely. You'll note this has some cutouts for drinks holders there, which I'm sure will come in handy. I know Dado Rados Jarrett's build series could use those drink holders. Okay, flip the tool tray. Insert the adjustable hydraulic post in the center of the tool tray into the middle frame and make sure it sits in center and tight. So I know looking at this that the metallic portion stays up, so we set it in there. Okay, that's a bit anticlimactic. There are no tools involved. The post should be perpendicular to the tray and frame as well as to the floor. So perpendicular is a big word that actually means straight. Straight, sticking up. Place the PU seat. Why do they call it PU? I think it's because it's polyurethane, by the way. It doesn't mean nothing to do with the fact that you're going to sit on it. And align the underside bracket hole onto the cylinder and make sure the bracket sits onto the cylinder center and tight. Once again, they tell us that it is supposed to be perpendicular. Here's the bottom of the seat, and we've got the hole to put the cylinder in, and we have the adjusting arm to keep it tight. So we have to drop it down on that. Pardon me while I stick my head in the way here. Gut instincts tell me it's perpendicular. I'll sit on it. Ooh-wee. We could have garage races with this. It does feel pretty comfortable, more comfortable than my old one. Well, just, but not a lot. Okay, let's reach under for the arm. Up, there it goes up. Now I've got some pressure behind it, and I can drop it. Boom, like that. Hope you saw that. I can drop it. Now I'm gonna get off of it. Press it to the fully upright position. So there's quite a bit of adjustment here. Let's bring her down. So there's quite a bit of adjustment here. This will be nice for the cars as well as the motorcycles. All right, let me clear out some of the stuff here. Some of our detritus, used tools. And that was number 6. The adjustable handle is underside of the seat to adjust the seat positions up and down. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see me now? Yeah, I think you can. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an old saying that says when you're watching something, if it looks easy, it's hard. If it looks hard, it's really hard. But in this case, it's really easy, and kudos to Griot. And it would be nice to think that I could be rolling around on this thing, whoa, for 15 years working on garage projects. Hey, wish me a little luck in that regard. But she's all put together and ready to be deployed.